Hello everyone, I'm the Saxy Gamer. Today we're here for something very exciting because Civilization VI Gathering Storm has just released today. And before we get into things, I would just like to thank Firaxis for giving me early access to Gathering Storm because I am recording this a few days before Gathering Storm actually releases, and they've made my life a lot easier by giving me early access and thus more time to produce content, so huge shout out to them. But we're going to go ahead and we're going to start a playthrough. I know I haven't done a playthrough on my channel in a good while, but I figured now would be a good time to do it, so we're going to go ahead with one of the new leaders and play a game. We're probably going to play on Deity, I think. As far as what leader, I think I'm going to pick Suleiman, just because out of all the other people, I know that Potato McWhiskey has played Coupe, he's played Mansa Musa, I believe that Quill18 has played Wilfred, so if you want to check out any of those leaders, feel free to go ahead and check out their channels for some Let's Plays on that. I might eventually do Let's Plays of them as well, but to start out, I think we are just going to go with Suleiman. And I think we are going to play on Deity just because why not, you know? As far as map size, I think we'll go standard map size, and we're going to increase the number of city-states a little bit, and we're going to leave everything else on standard, I believe. Actually, we're going to change the map type to Pangea, just because whenever I go for domination civs, I generally tend to like playing on Pangea more than on continents. Let's go ahead, though, and let's get started. What do you say? So I've only managed to play a little bit of Gathering Storm so far. I haven't got to experience a whole bunch of it. I've experienced, you know, obviously, you know, just a little bit, but it's been about a day since I've had Gathering Storm access, so I've played like half of a game as Suleiman. I did a little bit of a stream today playing as Mali, got to probably about the industrial era as them. So I haven't even gotten super late game, so this is going to be new for me as well as, you know, as new it is as for you. And I just managed to do some weird English stuff there that made that sound a lot weirder than it should have, but that's okay, it happens. And also, sorry if my voice sounds weird, it's because I streamed today, so my voice gets a little bit dead after I talk for a long time, but today is a long day of streaming and recording and stuff, so I mean, I guess that's all just part of a new content release, you know? Okay, so here we are, we have a pretty good spawn, and what I'd like to do first is just talk about what our plan is for the game. So with Suleiman, you have your unique governor, you have Ibrahim, which I guess he's not talking about here, but we also have this ability that gives us plus 50% production towards siege units. All siege units gain plus 5 combat strength against district defenses, and conquered cities do not lose population, and cities not founded by the Ottomans gain plus 1 amenity and plus 4 loyalty per turn. So what the strategy as Suleiman to do is really just to go ahead, and what you want to do is you want to, for the first few turns, kind of build up your strength a little bit. You want to settle maybe 2 or 3 cities, and you want to try your best to get to engineering and to appoint Ibrahim and gain the Saraskar promotion. And once you do that, you're going to be at such a huge power spike that you can probably just steamroll through your nearest neighbor and gain a lot of land off of that. So that's what we're going to go ahead and try to do this game. I think we're going to start off with mining just because we have some stone here for some quarries, so I think that would be a generally decent idea. The other problem with Deity is that it is very difficult to go for super early war on Deity just because the AI gets so many bonuses towards gold and stuff that they're probably just going to buy units and you're never going to be able to keep up with them. So by waiting just a little bit for war, that kind of gives you a little bit more time to catch up a little bit and prepare. The only risky thing is that they might get a lot ahead in techs, which is something that that is actually kind of concerning. I might actually want to go ahead and rush for a campus district, because if we can get Hypatia, that would be a nice boost to our science output in this game, and it would allow us to not fall behind in those technologies quite as fast. For our second item, we're just going to go for a slinger, because you have to be careful just that nobody's going to attack you and kill you and take you out of the game before you really even start, so it is just generally a good idea to get a slinger as your second item whenever you're playing. The reason I went for the scout first is because with Rise and Fall, with the loyalty system, it is important that you're going around and discovering things and finding goodie huts, because that will give you era score. If you get a classical era Dark Age, you're pretty much going to have no chance of going domination, because on Deity, pretty much all of the AI, I don't know if it's even necessarily just on Deity, but a lot of the AI will get a Golden Age in the classical era, and if you have a Dark Age and they have a Golden Age, it's going to be very difficult to maintain any cities that you take because of loyalty. As far as my starting policies, I pretty much always go Discipline and God King. God King to get the Pantheon and a little bit of gold, and Discipline just to kind of help me deal with the barbarians a little bit. This land looks pretty decent. Let's smack the barbarians again. We're going to go for foreign trade just because we have it. We have the inspiration for it. It does look like these are... So these are floodplains right here, which means there is the risk that they are going to flood. They will give more food if they flood, though, so it's not necessarily an entirely bad thing. We've got mining finished. Let's go ahead and let's queue up towards the campus district. Hopefully we'll be able to meet somebody, just so that way we can get the boost towards writing. Oh, is that the ocean, or is that another lake? That's coast. Oh, look, we can get like a cool canal city over here if we wanted. I think now we're just gonna go for a settler and just try to, you know, expand a little bit so that way we can have like 1 or 2 extra cities to produce units while we are producing other things in the capital, such as a campus district. This is all pretty decent land. Okay, we got another barbarian encampment that's spawned up there, it would appear. Some decent desert down here. We could maybe, you know, go for a Petra. We're not going to change for any of those policies because I really don't think they're worth it. One of the things is they have changed up the world gen in a bit, like a bit with Gathering Storm, and I definitely do think it looks better. Like the mountain ranges look cooler, just the river systems and the lakes, they all just look a little bit better, and I'm very much a fan of it. Okay, that's pottery done. Oh, there's a goody hut, first one of the game. And now we're going towards writing, so we'll have 12 turns to that. Hopefully we can meet someone fairly soon. That would be a decent spot for a city up here, honestly. Maybe if we even just go right there. I'll have to think about that in a little bit, but we'll see. I generally do like to plan things out with the pins, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. I generally like to have like 4 tiles in between city centers, so I obviously I'm going to count to 5. I might go right there. I think that's a volcano though, which, yeah, that is a volcano. We probably don't want to settle directly next to the volcano, so we might settle this city a little bit closer to the capital, just because of that reason. And I guess we'll see what happens. Okay, that barbarian has found me, which I don't like. I'm going to hit him, but he's going to get away. Got a little bit of gold from the goody hut. And I'm really surprised that we haven't met anybody yet. Let's see if we can chase after this guy a little bit. Oh, this is a new natural wonder. It's kind of bad, though. It's very not good. All it does is it provides, I believe it's +1 faith and +1 production to adjacent tiles. So, not terrible, but it's really not very strong. I don't actually know if we can go around over here. This might be coast, so we might be stuck. Which, I mean, from a defensive standpoint, that's a really good feature to have, but not if we're trying to explore, you know? Where'd that scout go? It appears though he's gone missing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So, wait. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. That would work. I might move this up onto the lake, though. We'll see. Probably not. And, wow, I'm amazed. Is anybody else? Okay, nobody's built a campus yet, so I'm not feeling too pressured about that. That's a really good campus spot. Overall, we have really defensible land. We have a lot of mountains all around us, so it's going to be very hard for anybody else to attack us, even if they wanted to. Which is pretty good. And over here, we're gonna get a trader, and then I think we're just gonna start spamming out some military units. This guy's almost around over here. All right, I'm gonna switch off of writing, just because that is a good strategy to do, and just something to practice, is to get to like this point where you're maybe 3/4 of the way done, and if you don't have the Eureka yet, switch off of the tech so that way you're not putting more science into it, and then try to get the Eureka, and then that will just immediately finish the tech. Like you see now, we're going to find somebody, and that will finish our research towards writing. Okay, we are probably going to change this. We're not going to change to a Gauge yet. Actually, yeah, we are. I've decided we are. Because that'll allow us to get our units out pretty fast. Oh, we met Hattusa. We are the first people to meet Hattusa, which is really good, because we immediately get the first envoy there. Which means we're going to get a little bit of extra science, which is going to be very helpful. And we're about to meet... Who are we meeting? Oh, Victoria! Someone that's not that hard to kill. Oh, look at this. Okay, so this is a new thing with Gathering Storm, that if there are multiple civs with similar colors in the game, there are a number of alternative colors that civs can have, so there must be someone else in the game that is red and white, you know, like England normally would be. So England then switches to different colors. In this case, they are green and gold. Alright, there is... Was that another continent? No? Or was it? Yeah. Interesting. Wow, there's a lot of... We have a continent split here. We found a lot of continents. There's another one up there. Where's the other one? We found 4. This is all Nina. That one is Mu. Where's Asia? Oh, that's Asia America. Wait, so which... Oh, there we go. Right there is the other one. Interesting. We're not going to go over the campus there yet because we have to get masonry to be able to clear that. So that's something we want to definitely look towards. We want to get down this tree. So let's actually start towards masonry, and we're going to get a builder over here. And we'll just keep looking around over here. Oh, another goody hut. Somebody has built the Great Bath. The Great Bath is a new wonder. It doesn't seem very good, I don't think. But I'm not 100% sure. I've not built it yet, so I can't really judge too hard, you know. God, if we were playing the Inca, this would all be really cool because there's a ton of like stuff. Once again, another really good campus spot, and we met Antananarivo, which is one of the best cultural city-states, probably the best cultural city-state in the game, because they get 2% culture for each great person you've ever earned, which is just insane, honestly. It's so strong. Okay. So we have to pick our, whatchamacallit, our Pantheon here. I'm trying to think of what we want. Divine Spark is always a good choice. Too bad God of the Forge is taken, because God of the Forge is very good. What else could we go for here? What do we have? None of these are Divine Spark. We could go... We're not going to be building Holy Sites. So what do we have? We have cows, tea, stone. I think we're just going to go Divine Spark. And the other thing is that'll help us get towards this great scientist as well. Which it looks like someone else is already starting towards, so we actually have to step it up a little bit. And we can get another envoy in Vilnius. But I think we're actually just going to send this guy over to Adana. Oh, what's going on over here? We have a storm. The Haboob Dust Storm. It's a bit of a ridiculous name, but okay. Get our guy in. He almost just died to the dust storm that was going on over there. We can get a +4 campus, which is pretty strong. Because the geothermal fissure does give additional adjacency towards science, or towards campus districts. And there's a lot of cultural city-states in this game. Oh, that actually just killed our slinger in the city. That's unfortunate. The poor guy, he was just trying to live. I didn't realize it would actually damage units in cities as well. That's interesting. Also, this is a decent spot for a city right here. We might go for that soon. Oh, Montezuma. He's someone that's very scary to meet whenever you're planning on going for a domination game. Oh, looks like he was the one who built the Great Bath.
I don't underrate the value of military knowledge.
Okay. Let's go towards early Empire, because we are going to want to get a governor title, so that way we can acquire Ibrahim. How are we looking for this? So people are still just getting 1 great scientist points per turn. We are probably going to have to run for the campus thing, the project, to get the great people points. And that's effectively the same thing as us going to build a library, because Hypatia does give you a free library once you use her. So running the project to get the great people points for that is going to be the same thing, and it's going to help us overall, because all the libraries we build in the future are going to get that 1 extra science per turn as well. So it's a worthwhile investment, I'd say. We're going to put our scout on auto explore now, because I think we've explored around us enough to make me satisfied. Okay, there's our campus, which is going to get us some era score. And we finished masonry as well, which I was a little bit careless. I should have waited to just go for the stone there. But really, we can just go to wheel into engineering, which I think we're definitely going to do. We unfortunately don't have any resources that we can put a mine on for, that way we could get the Eureka for the wheel, but oh well. And let's go for research grants here. So everybody, the Aztec do have 2 points per turn, which might make this a little bit more difficult. But I suppose we shall see what happens. How much science per turn are we making? 21, 12, okay, not bad. We actually are keeping up fairly well so far. Oh, that's a little bit scary though. Not exactly a fan of barbarian horsemen. You know, maybe I'm just crazy or something, but... we're going to purchase this tile, so that way we can get down a really nice farm there. And let's purchase this one and get down the campus, because that's a +5. Ooh! Torres del Paine! That's a very good natural wonder, but I think Monty has it already, doesn't he? Yeah, it's all the way over there, so we're not going to be getting that pretty much ever. Ooh, gotta make sure this guy doesn't die. Actually back him off just a little bit, because I really don't want to lose him. So we're at 8. Someone else has 1 great scientist point per turn. And let's get stake workforce as well, because that'll get us our other governor title. That gives us a boost towards irrigation. And we'll go for that. I generally pretty much always get the heals promotion on my scouts. Well, this guy might be dead. Hopefully not, but he might be. I'm going to purchase a slinger here, just in case, because he might need the help. And let's get a mine down for a little bit of extra production over there. And this guy can go back to just his automated exploration.
Don't reinvent the wheel.
Okay, we finished the project. That got us a good number of points. We're going to run it one more time, though, just to ensure that we get Hypatia. Wilhelmina! Wilhelmina is one of my favorite civs, but she's normally kind of a big jerk whenever you find her in a game. It's a pleasure to finally meet you. Oh, thank you, Wilhelmina. Oh, we've also... I started to talk like Catherine. We've also met Catherine. Oh, we're 1 era score away from a golden age. We definitely should try to... Oh, we have 2 turns, though. Let's see what we can do. Yes. What could we do? Not very much, unless our scout happens to find something. Which it doesn't look like he's going to. And we can get the boost to archery at least, so... that's right, that doesn't give you an era score in the ancient era, though. Darn it. Foiled again. Oh, wait, someone here already got Hypatia. Ow. Somebody must have bought her, actually. That's obnoxious. Oh, well. Okay, now I think we just start spamming some units out. Oh, we met Buenos Aires. And what we're going to do is we're going to get all these units, and then we're probably just going to go and attack Victoria and hope for the best. We're going to go for free inquiry, just because it's generally easy to get stuff like that, to get the Eurekas in the classical era. That kind of makes it easier to get era score.
A strong economy begins with a strong, well-educated workforce.
I don't think we need any of that just yet either. And let's go for political philosophy. We can appoint Ibrahim and put him in Istanbul. Oh, we found a goodie got somewhere still. Oh, all the way up here. Oh, we got an inspiration towards drama and poetry. I guess that's nice. And let's just keep going with some warriors. And then we're going to get catapults, and then we're just going to start steamrolling things. That's kind of the plan. How many turns would it take to build walls? 7? I'm debating whether I want to make walls, or if I just, you know, brute force this tech out. So far, I think I'm just going to brute force it. Alright, this guy can go back to automated exploration. Oh, 5 turns to walls now. Okay, I guess we'll go for walls now. I don't have archery yet, so I can't actually upgrade that guy. And now we're going to switch off of engineering, because you see we're over the point where it's getting the Eureka is going to fill it, so once we finish those walls, we'll have the tech. What other techs are important? We probably should get archery, just because that is important towards dealing with any units that, that she may have.
If there are no dogs in heaven,
There are no dogs in heaven. When I die, I want to go where they went. That was kind of a goofy one. There's her talking about her usual intrigue stuff. Oh, this scout is probably big dead. He might actually live. He might be okay. To be determined. Oh man, why are there so many horse barbarians down there? Open borders for 14 gold and 4 diplomatic favor. I'm going to refuse just because I would prefer... I mean, I guess it's not going to affect too much, even if we had open borders, but... just for pure safety's sake. And let's go for bronze working now. This might be another one of the ones that we can just get mostly full, and then we can switch off. And sure, we'll take open borders for 1 gold per turn. Like, we can actually probably just kill this right now. Does that boost bronze working? Yes, it does. Nice. And let's start getting some catapults out. I'm gonna have that guy heal up. So we're probably gonna get 2 or 3 catapults, and then we'll take these 2 cities right here. We could probably do that fairly easily with 2 catapults, honestly. Let's go towards iron working. Someone's built Great Bath, someone's built the pyramids. Ah, the pyramids are a really good wonder, but I bet somebody has already built them. Oh, we have a major flood. So this is our first natural disaster. Where is this at? This is just barely on the edge of my territory. So right here you can see that 5 tiles have been fertilized. And we get a little bit of era score for researching political philosophy. But you can see that some of these tiles have had their yields improved. So that's the big thing with flooding. And it is very cool, and it is actually kind of helpful sometimes. I think we just want to produce warriors over here. Let's upgrade that guy. And we definitely want to go for Oligarchy because we are going for war. So we'll keep a Gauge, and we're going to run Charismatic Leader. We can get rid of God King at this point, and I think that we're going to go instead for Urban Planning, just to get that production a little bit. And we're going to go for Conscription right now, so that way, as we build these units, we're not going to incur too much of a maintenance cost, you know? And we are actually going to send a trade route down to her to get a road, so that way whenever we move troops over, it's sped up a little bit. Which, it's kind of a goofy strategy, but it works quite well. Alright, we got our Great Scientist, which, it's not Hypatia, but it's not bad. And thank God it's not Hildegard of Bingen. Hildegard of Bingen is... he's just not good. This is going to get us a good amount of era score as well. Because those Eurekas that we get from the Great Scientist do actually count. Well, looks like we got a horse barb over here. You might want to look into a few more amenities for your citizens. I mean, I would agree, pal, but we're trying our best over here, alright?
I like to say I practice.
Barbarians are going to be obnoxious. Let's go for 1 more catapult, and then we'll go for more warriors, and we'll see what happens. We definitely want to go to Preslav, because Preslav gives us production towards units, so having an envoy there is always nice. Actually, wait, I gotta remind myself. I don't want to get my units too close, because now, if people come to you and ask, why are your units so close to my borders, and you lie to them, it's very bad now, because the other people in the game will, remember that for eternity, and they'll never let it go. 4 diplomatic favor for 5 gold open borders and a horse? I don't think so. One thing you have to remember now is that, strategic resources are accumulated per turn. So 1 horse is not like 1 source of horses, it's a single horse. When I believe that you need 20 horses to make a horse unit, so, what 1 horse isn't going to cut it. Oh, these stupid barbarians over here, gonna be rude. There are actually quite a few of them, it's kind of scary, not gonna lie. Let's go for currency. Too bad we don't have any iron just yet. Iron would be helpful for swordsmen. I don't know what kind of units Victoria has. Hopefully she doesn't have very many at all. It looks like Monty's just gonna steamroll through all the city-states over there as well. In true Monty fashion. He is friendly with me though, so maybe we could be friends with Monty. We actually need another governor title for... Oh, we actually have one. So, yeah, we can get Sarasker on Ibrahim. So, Sarasker gives you gives all your units within 10 tiles of the city center plus 10 combat strength when attacking defensible districts. And that's really good because city centers count as defensible districts. So, getting something like that is so strong because it allows you to just straight up melt through city centers. It's incredibly powerful. And now I think we're just going to get more warriors in both cities. Put a few more envoys into Preslav. She's probably 1 iron. That's actually not a bad deal. He's probably going to approach me about my troops on the borders, but no, actually not. It surprises me. Oh, yeah, she is. Okay, so we're not going to lie. We're just going to declare war. We're going to cut the crap. Just go for it, you know?